Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here and welcome back to another video here on the channel. So in today's video I wanted to go ahead and express how the Ninjago series has changed since its conception in 2011 and to where it is now in 2019. Now let me just say a lot is different from the older Ninjago and the newer Ninjago, and this is not a video trying to compare the two and, express which one I think is better. There might be a little bit of that later on in the video, but this video overall is just trying to take a look at how things have transitioned from the early days of 2011 Ninjago to the newer days of 2019 Ninjago. It's really amazing that Ninjago has been around for, this many years, and I've been a fan since the beginning. I remember first watching the pilot episodes way back in the day. I actually remember how I first got into Ninjago, and that could be a fun video to do as well in the future. But overall, I wanted to go ahead and express my thoughts on the actual transitioning from Ninjago from 2011 to 2019. So let's go ahead and jump right into it here, starting off with a few little things that I guess are just different about the Ninja team. So do you guys remember back in the day when the Ninja team only had 4 members on it? It was Master Wu, who was of course the leader, and there were only 4 ninja. There were Kai, Jay, Cole, and Zane, the original 4 ninja, in their original basic suits. That was a fun time to be alive. I remember just watching those original 4 ninja bounce around on the screen and being super excited about what I was about to see, and I remember being super ecstatic about what adventures they would go on next. Of course, as the seasons went along, they ended up picking up a few new members for the team. Of course, Nya was always there since the beginning, but she never officially became a ninja until season 5. Up until then, she was basically just Samurai X, or another ally to the actual team itself. And of course, before Nya joined, we actually got the reveal of the Green Ninja, the legendary Green Ninja, the destined chosen one who would defeat the ultimate evil and rid Ninjago of the darkness. And that of course ended up being Lloyd Garmadon, who, let me get started on Lloyd Garmadon real quick. So Lloyd Garmadon started off as a small, bratty child who really just didn't care about anything except living up to his father's legacy of being the most evil person in all of Ninjago. And when you look at it, there actually is a really big difference from past Lloyd and the current Lloyd. The current Lloyd is the strong and powerful leader of the ninja team, and he doesn't really mess around with anything that he does. He's very super serious most of the time. Apparently in season 11 he ends up being a little less serious, but I'm sure Master Wu will get him back in shape. But nonetheless, Lloyd, I think as a character, has grown the most over the series, out of any of the other ninja. So yeah, you just look at 2011 Lloyd or 2012 Lloyd and compare him to the 2019 Lloyd, and there's a lot going on here. Again, he's aged significantly, he's grown as a person, he's grown as a character, and overall, again, Lloyd has had the most development out of all the ninja. There's no doubting that. Again, some of the other ninja have also had development over the course of these several years. Another highlight to the ninja team has been, of course, Zane. He transitioned from a character that no one on the team really cared for too much, everyone kind of thought he was weird, to being one of the most beloved team members of all time, and that of course has to do with him discovering his own identity, and he accepted his fate as a Nindroid and accepted who he was. I think that point is when Zane started to get a little bit more development as an actual character. Again, before that he was sort of just the weird ninja that no one really liked, but now he's one of the most popular ninja outside the show, and he's one of the most beloved characters to the rest of the ninja as it is. I mean, the ninja team as it is has all grown to love each other very much, and they've all sort of grown as friends. Now, another character to talk about from the ninja team is Kai. Now, Kai really hasn't had too much development. He's still the same as he was back in the day as he was now, except he's more conscious as well. He understands who he is, and like Zane, he's accepted who he is. There was an arc from Kai early on in the series in which he was desperately trying to prove himself to be the Green Ninja, and that was sort of his character. He was trying to, prove himself to be the best. He was trying to prove to everybody and prove to himself that he was capable of being the best ninja, and that side of him has sort of died down in favor of a new mentor role. He sort of began to mentor Lloyd in that way once he found out that he was actually the Green Ninja, and those two have a very fun relationship, and it's fun to go ahead and build off of that and see what's to come from that later on. The whole Kai and Lloyd aspect has sort of died down as of late, as Lloyd has sort of taken on a more independent leader role. He really doesn't need Kai to be there for moral support anymore, but the two are still very good friends, and a lot of that has to do with Kai's character growth as well. Jay also has a little bit of development as well. Jay, in turn, he ended up being sort of the comedic relief to still being the comedic relief, but he also has a little bit of value to him as well. He's not just the one-note comedy character anymore. He actually has a great impact on the show, and of course that was expressed through his backstory. As we went along throughout the seasons, we actually saw Jay grow as a character even more, especially when he had an entire season dedicated to him throughout the story of the 6th season. We finally got to learn a little bit more about Jay, and we finally got to learn a little bit more of what he's about. And of course, he's actually proposing to Nia now in the newer series, so those two have been growing closer as well, which is something that I can always appreciate. And, you know, those two, again, make a really, really good pair, and I'm really happy that we could watch them grow together as well. Speaking of Nia, let's talk about her real quick. Nia definitely has had growth as well. She went from, you know, the sort of stereotypical damsel in distress to being an independent character, to being Samurai X, to of course being a member of the ninja team. So she's definitely went ahead and gained a lot of support by the team themselves, and also through the fan base as well. A lot of people really like Nia, though sometimes Nia can get a little too, I'd say, preachy in the newer seasons of Ninjago, but that still doesn't take away from her character in my opinion, and she's still a really good character nonetheless. Cole, on the other hand, is the last ninja that we have to talk about here in terms of development, and Cole, as it is, has grown as a character as well. Cole has always been sort of the excess character of Ninjago, where, you know, he's there, but he really doesn't have any growth or development. He really hasn't had a season dedicated to him, unless you count Day of the Departed. But what I do count as a major arc for Cole's character was his whole ghost arc, in which he fully became a ghost, accepted that he was a ghost, learned to work with that power, and again, after things started to get a little worse for the wear, he actually went ahead and transitioned away from that, which is definitely something that I can appreciate from Cole's character. And again, in the modern day, he's sort of just, you know, he's comic relief like Jay used to be, but he's still not that bad. There is this running joke in the series where he, you know, has a thing for cake, which has been around for a very long time, but that really doesn't define his character. He's still one of the most powerful ninja on the team, and he's still a fan favorite character, and he's my favorite ninja as it is. So definitely have a lot of appreciation towards Cole, and there's a lot going on with his character. Of course, the team growing from 4 to 6 members was insanely awesome to see, and I hope that they add new members in the future, but what's also awesome is that they did have some better villains as, you know, the series went along as well. When the series first started, you could tell that they were playing it safe with the villains. We had Lord Garmadon, who was kind of a one-note, one-dimensional character, and we had Samukai, who really wasn't that great of a character as well, but like the ninja, the villains learned to grow as well, especially Garmadon, who's been around for a very long time. He's had a solid arc throughout the series as well, and it's fun to see where he goes, and it's fun to actually watch him, you know, go ahead and build off of himself and create a better, more dynamic version of himself than from what we've seen in the original 2011 story. And again, a lot of other villains have popped up with different motives and different methods of intimidation, and each one has been unique in that sense. Some of them are better than others, but a lot of them have grown extremely well, and you can tell that Ninjago is comfortable now with introducing some more dire villains with some more evil plans. I really like that quite a bit. Again, in terms of the story, again, just like the villains, they've gone from playing it safe to actually creating a well thought out story with a well thought out world, and the world of Ninjago has always been expanding, and it's continuing to expand to this day. Again, when the series first started, they were sort of playing it safe, but now they can go ahead and expand off of that more and create more within the world of Ninjago, which is something that I always appreciated watching the show develop. And again, in 2019 here, we do have a lot more going on in Ninjago. The ninja have had multiple different bases and have visited multiple different locations and have interacted with several different characters, as opposed to 2011, which, you know, a lot of it felt like it took place in a very small setting, and believe it or not, the world of Ninjago is actually quite large, so I love how we were able to go ahead and actually experience that moving forward, and it's been really fun to actually watch that expand. Now we're going to be talking about some of the technical aspects of the show real quick. Again, the themes and writing have grown as well. While some people might think that the writing has gotten a little worse ever since the Hagmans left the show, they are going on to do bigger and better things. So Ninjago not only creates an interesting world for its characters, but also for the people that actually worked on the show as well. Some people leave the show, but of course Ninjago will never leave their hearts, and that's something that I can always appreciate there. And again, the new writers are fine as well. The writing has always been really great for Ninjago, with a few exceptions, but overall, it's actually been pretty solid. And again, that also helps to create the world building as it is, and it's because of that writing and those ideas from the people involved with the show that Ninjago has been able to expand to what it actually was, and that's really awesome to see. And again, the show has gone through several different animation styles in a few different studios, and the characters have changed their design, you know, rather drastically in between seasons on occasion, but, you know, none of that really matters because they're still the same character, and the characters are always expanding and always growing, and part of that is because of the people that actually work on the the show as it is. A lot of really talented and really interesting people work on the show, and you can tell that they have a very strong interest in Ninjago and they actually care about what they're talking about, which is something that I can always appreciate as a lifelong fan and as a viewer. I've been with Ninjago since the beginning, and I really can't wait to see where it goes from here. It has definitely changed a lot ever since the 2011 days, but it still hasn't, lost that same spirit that has been introduced in those original pilot episodes. We're still seeing that going strong to this day, and I can't wait to see what else Ninjago brings to the table following the release of Season 11 later on this month. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. This was just a retrospective look at Ninjago and how it's grown from 2011 to where we are right now in 2019. I can't wait to see what else Ninjago has in store, and I hope that you really enjoyed this video and really enjoyed me talking about how Ninjago has changed. And if you did enjoy the video, as always, don't forget to show your support by giving this video a huge like rating. That would very much be appreciated, and it definitely helps out the channel in more ways than you would think. And also be sure to hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. That would very much be appreciated as well. Once again, guys, the comment section is yours for the various discussions that you would like to have regarding this topic, or if you just had a comment of a general nature, that's fine as well. In the description, you'll find the links towards my other forms of social media, whether it be my Twitter, my Instagram, my Patreon, or my merch. Be sure to support me on all those platforms if you would like to. With all that being said, once again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video here. My name is Tanner Fishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.